counting down to the 77th Annual Tony Awards, airing this Sunday, June 16th, right here on CBS. Our next guest is a Broadway star, Jonathan Groff. He's celebrating his third Tony nomination, this time for his role in the Broadway revival of Stephen Sondheim's Merrily We Roll Along. The musical is nominated for 7 Tony Awards, including Best Musical Revival. Groff plays composer Frank Shepard alongside actors Daniel Radcliffe and Lindsay Mendez. It begins in the 70s and moves backwards 20 years while tracing the highs and lows of their friendship.
But us old friends, what's in the skies, old friends? Here's to us. Who's like us? Damn few.
All right, Jonathan Groff, welcome.
Hey,
He's here in living color. So as you know, and we were talking about this before the segment started, this was not Sondheim's greatest play in the beginning. It was only on Broadway for 16 weeks back in 1981.
Yes.
It was reworked and revised, and here you are today. But you said you were chomping at the bit to be in this role. Why?
Yes, so it was 16 performances from when they opened back in 1981. Sondheim and George Firth, who wrote the show, for the next about 15 years, did different versions of it in California, in DC. They did a production at the Leicester Haymarket in the UK, where our director of our production, Maria Friedman, played the role of Mary that Lindsay Mendez, Tony-nominated Lindsay Mendez, is playing in our production. And so we're doing that version from the mid-90s that Maria was a part of the development of, and that when they finished it, Sondheim and George Firth put their pens down and said, okay, this was the version that we wanted to be done. But it's taken over 40 years now to come back to Broadway, and the miracle, one of the many miracles of this production, is that it's a hit.
Yeah.
After 40 plus years.
It's a hit.
It's
hit.
exactly like
What?
the song you just heard.
Outside of your performance,
Yeah.
your Tony-nominated performance, and a few others in there, what do you think it is about this play that is resonating with people today and hitting home? I mean, you spoke about your friend who came and sobbed, and
Yes.
she really connected to that for a very specific reason. But what is it
Yes.
about this play overall?
I think that, now that we've done over 200 performances on Broadway, we've had a lot of time to sit with the material. And I think Stephen Sondheim and George Firth were writing something really personal. And even though the plot of the show and the story of the show is about show business, at the core, it's about friendship, and it's about life, and it's about how people change over the years and how we either accept or don't accept that change, both in us and in the people around us. And one of the unique things about the show is that it starts at the end of the story
Right.
and goes backwards. So I think part of one of the things that's moving people is at the end of the show, we see our characters, 18 years old, full of hope, full of promise, full of optimism.
At the inception,
Yeah.
when it all
Yeah.
started.
Yes, and I think it reminds people of that passion that we all had, whether it's moving to New York to have a career, that inspiration that you feel as a young person in college when you feel like anything is possible.
Yeah.
It connects us back to that part of ourselves.
It's the question people ask themselves when they're alone. I mean, sort of, how did I get here? How did this happen?
Yeah.
What was the past that led to this?
Yes.
Irreducibly.
Exactly.
But the camaraderie, I love shows in general about creative work and friendship, and that's what's so great about this is the chemistry between the 3 co-stars.
Yeah.
And it's off camera or off stage as well. You officiated at Tony-nominated Lindsay Mendez's wedding.
Yes.
What was that like?
It was incredible. It was incredible. Yeah, Lindsay and her partner, Jay, just got married back in April. And there was this beautiful, intimate ceremony in Central Park. And in November, after a matinee, Lindsay and Jay came into my dressing room and said, "We've got this question for you. Would you consider officiating. This was the 5th wedding I've actually officiated in my life. So
This is kind of a
it's a
side
bit of a
gig
side
for you now,
hustle.
yeah.
Dan Radcliffe was the ring bearer of the ceremony.
Nice.
Lindsay's 3-year-old daughter was there.
That's great.
The flower girl was
great.
adorable.
We got to go. One word real quick. Daniel Radcliffe, how would you describe his performance?
How would I describe his performance? A musical theater masterclass.
I
There
agree.
you go. Masterclass indeed. Jonathan Groff, thank you so much. Merrily We Roll Along is currently playing at the Hudson Theater. You can watch the 77th Annual Tony Awards this Sunday on CBS.
That does it for us. We'll see you tomorrow on CBS Mornings.